Dear all, welcome to the second session in the SQL payroll. Now we're gonna to do some maintenance. If you remember in our previous session, we do the company profile, and now we're gonna do maintenance for the department for the wages, contribution, allowance, and payment method. Why this maintenance we need to do? Because if you remember in the SQL accounts, we were preparing some codes for the material. We were preparing some, like this material is related to specific department and so on. Here also in HR we need to do, because we are concerning not just about processing the payroll, but also the reports we're gonna receive from the program. So first things, we need to maintain department. Why we need to maintain the department? This one, when we do this maintenance and when we key the bio data of each one of our staff, we can show, or we can choose that this stuff is related to this department, let's say HR, accounts, or whatever. What is the point of this? Because we need to get some reports at the end of our financial period or even end of each month about the contribution of the HR or the human resources used in each department, because some departments will have a huge number of staff, so we need also to compare the cost of this staff in that department and the contribution of that department. So let's start with maintain department. We go to our software, if you notice, we have here three important tabs actually: human resources, payroll, and leave. Human resources here to do all the maintenance from employee, branch, department, group, category, and so on. So let's start with maintain department. So we have a default department, but in our example here we have HR, we have accounts, and we have transportation. As usual, we click new. The code of the department, we already have it. The description of the department, we can key in here. Then we put save. Don't set as default because we already have a default one. Then we need to create another one. We put in new, the code of the department. Then we do the description. Then we put save. The third one, we have transportation. We click new, the code. Then we have the description. Then we click save. When we go to, it's small, when we go to browse, you will see we already get the default one, and those three departments already created. So like this, we maintain the department. We go to maintain wages. We want to, okay, let me show you. When we go to human resources and maintain wages, let me remember where we can see this tab. Branch, category, project, job, task. Yeah. For maintain wages, we will not find it under human resources. We will find it under payroll. Maintenance, we will see we have wages, we have frequency, contribution, allowance, deduction, overtime. Those maintenance, because we need to set that each certain group of our staff, they have different set of taxes they have to pay. As example, our local staff, they pay specific contribution for the EPF, SOCSO, and HRDF, which is different than our foreign workers. So when we go, for maintenance, if you remember the first part, we take maintain department is from human resources, maintain department. The second tab is maintain wages. It's from payroll, maintenance, maintain wages. We will have the default one. If you double click on the default one, you will see it's already set that our staff are paying for APF, SOCSO, BCB, EIS, OTEA, and HRDF. If you check the user manual, which I passed to you already, you will notice that everything is explained by detail about each one of those taxes. We need to create new wages, which are foreign workers. Why we need to do that? Because foreign workers are paying different tax comparing to the local ones. So for the foreign workers, we don't set APF. We have SOCSO, we have BCB. BCBA is no, EIS no. We have OT, EA, and no HRDF. Okay, so like this, now each one of our stuff, when we do the maintenance or we put the biodata of the stuff, we can select that they are under normal default staff or under foreign workers, because as I mentioned, in Malaysia they have different taxation system for the foreign workers and local ones. So like this, if we go browse, we see we have the default wages and we have the foreign workers. Let's go to maintain contribution. Here is the contribution of the staff of each one of those taxes. This also, the contribution is part of the payroll. So again, if you remember, the department, maintain department is under the human resources, but maintain wages, maintain contribution is under the payroll. So we go payroll, maintenance, we have maintain contribution. We have the default contribution, but here we want to set the contribution for the foreign workers. As I mentioned, the foreign workers, they have different contribution for each type of tax. Default one we already have, we need to create new for the foreign workers. So the code is FW, which means foreign workers. Description are foreign workers. We have working days are 26 days. Working hour per day are 8. Employee EBF 0%. Okay, here the taxes. Okay, employee EBF rate we have to put 0%. And we have the employer EBF is also 0%. Many of the companies, they ask their foreign workers to not register for ABF because, you know, ABF, both of parties, they have to pay. So in our company example, they ask their staff to not contribute for the APF. Okay, and here many companies, they do same. Then we will go to the more, tab more, the rest keep as it is. We go more. So for bonus is there is no ABF for all the type, bonus, director, paid leave, and unpaid leave. SOXO is the pay leave and the unpaid leave. They have part of SOXO. We have BCB also just for leave and unpaid leave. BCBA for bonus and director. EIS we don't have. No contribution for EIS and OT. For the EA, for both paid leave and unpaid leave, and HRDF no, because also foreign workers, they are not under HRDF. We click save. So like this, we set a new contribution maintenance for our staff. We go browse, you see we have the default one and the foreign workers one. From the maintenance also, we have maintain allowance. Here also we need to set for that PC, for the software, that our allowance are under which type of tax. So those are taxable for which type of tax. So we have 3 types of allowance here. We have the handphone, petrol, and parking. We have always the default one. Then we click new. The code is H01. Description is handphone. The rate, there is no rate. Tax exempted code, nothing. Tax exempted code, this one. So we need to look for phone. Sorry. Yes, this is the phone. This is tax exempted rate. Then is this for this one, we have EBF, SOXO, BCB, EBF, SOXO, BCB, no BCBA. We have EIS, no OT. We have EA and HRDF. Then we click save. Then we put a new to set the second one, which is a petrol. Description petrol. Then the tax exemption code is TA 1500, which is petrol. Then this one has all the taxes excluding the BCBA and OT. BCBA and OT, we have untick them, also save. Then we go new to maintain the third one. Description is parking. Then we have the code, tax code, which is a parking. Then Just let me make sure there is no another parking. Yes, it's just only one. Then also no BCBA and no OT. Then we click save. So like this, we have these three set of allowances plus the default one. Then last things we have to maintain is the payment method. Also, when we go to the payroll, we have the last one of the maintenance is a payment method. The default payment method, let's check inside it. What are the settings? The default payments method we have to modify. Again, if you remember, we were just like adding a new one. We are not modifying the default one because they didn't mention to us that there is something you need to be edited in the default one. But here, let's go to the default one and see. And the default one here, payment type is cash, but here we will see no is bank, is Hong Leong. So we will do is direct transfer as payment type. The bank name is Hong Leong. Okay, we can select. By the way, here the system already having all the local banks. Okay, sorry. Yes, if you notice, I'm trying to edit, but I cannot edit because when we are double click in any payment method, we have to click edit first. So we click edit, then we choose here Hong Leong. Then the payment, it will be direct transfer. So Hong Leong, then we have the direct transfer. Okay. Then we click save. We have to create a new. The code of it is cash. Description is cash. And yes, payment type is cash. Then we click save. If we go to browse, we have both the default payment method and the cash. So like this, we finish the second part, which is the maintenance. Then we will move to the bio data of our staff, which will be in our it will be in our third session. See you there. Bye bye.